Hey, if you've been following along with us in Discord for the development of Gadget Storm, you may have noticed that we released the demo for version 050 recently. You can access that by going to the early releases section, well, 051 I should say, the early releases section, and just follow the download here link, or get more information about this release if the summary isn't enough for you. As far as what I've been focusing on since then, I've kind of shifted away from the UI elements and have tried to start work on making these basic shapes in the background actually mean something. There was always a plan to use tiles, hopefully to lay things out in a grid, and we've kind of gone back and forth on some of those ideas, but so far I'm really happy with how it's turning out. I've got a shortcut here so that I can generate a new hex map each time, and this will randomly rotate. The very few pieces that I have right now, we have many more, it's just I haven't processed them all. And so we've just got a bunch of hills, some mountains, an island, and some lakes. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out, and adding in some Y variants there for a random height really seems like it adds a lot of life to the map overall. Of course, this size map is nowhere close to what we would be going for in reality. We'd be shooting for something a little bit more like this. So the idea would be generate the landscape first, have some somewhat intelligent rules around how the landscape is generated. I've also got rivers and paths and things like that. So those would need to be organized in a way that makes sense. But then we would have the code identify a number of different locations within the map and replace those hex tiles with hex tiles that represent a castle or a swamp or other interactable regions. That would also auto-pin a sort of tic-tac-toe grid on top of the center, so it would be like an overlay, and then you would interact with them. You would get your tips and everything just like you do in the demo today. Also, 3D environment really, it puts us in a position to be able to support things like dynamic weather, which would be really cool. Might be a little much, but would be really cool. Particle effects, explosions, things of that nature when you use certain gadgets. And of course, it would also allow us to support a day-night cycle. It'd be really cool, I think, to see the sun setting as you're playing a game against an opponent, and then to end up seeing some of this wood here, maybe a campfire on an island or something next to a hut, sort of light up like someone lit up the wood for an evening fire. All of those kind of little things would add a lot to the game overall. I think even though the core focus of the game is on mechanics, if your mechanics sort of look like if your mechanics are sort of backed by images that look like this all the time, then it can be kind of hard to enjoy it quite so much in the long run. So hopefully you all liked this sort of breakdown video, kind of explaining where we're at and where we're trying to go with this, and hopefully gave some more context to things. If you have any questions, feel free to hit us up in Discord anytime. We love chatting with people, and there's a link inside the video description down below.